The following podcast is intended for mature audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
Nobody's listening, no. Nobody's listening, no. Nobody wants to hear them speak. Nobody's listening, no. Nobody's listening. Nobody wants to hear them speak. Nobody wants to hear them speak. Nobody wants to hear them speak.
Thank you for downloading, streaming, or however it is that you listen to the Not Listening podcast. You right there, Ash?
Yeah.
Yeah? What you doing? Share it
I
with
was,
the podcast.
I was trying to pick my mic up without scraping it across the chair to make it.
We just
sort of
did it. You just fucking did it. I tried to stop it from doing this.
yeah, exactly.
So,
Well, you pointed it out, you twat.
yeah. You all right, Will?
Marvellous.
Welcome along.
Hello.
Should we do like a proper show today?
Define proper.
Don't fuck up.
No.
I don't think that's going to happen. Not very likely.
So the Not Listening podcast, what do you expect from this show? Listening stuff, really.
We'll probably talk for a bit
Yeah, string sentences together.
on occasion.
Maybe.
A few verbs,
Some rambling.
nouns, pronouns,
Adjectives.
adjectives.
The lot.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Letters from the alphabet usually put together to create sounds that, stay stuff.
Yeah.
How about you, Ash? You up for that?
Yeah, I'm up for that. Yeah.
Right, we're going to let Ash lead today. So we
Yeah,
know you're
well-
in for a good time, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
when Ash says, I want to say something, I have stuff to say. And we're like, okay, we'll make sure we do this once you've had a few drinks. And then we're ready for you to start talking. Go.
Yeah, which is fine. So I will start talking. What I was going to do is it's a basis of a sort of a science ash, but more of a discussion. and thoughts.
science ash, Glen. Science ash, with his men of men.
And it's with my band of aliens today.
Well, just way to like tease it. Just go straight into what you're going to talk about.
What's the episode title?
Ancient aliens.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I forget people. Well, some people don't even read the title. They just see it as episode, or however many years.
I normally read the title and then go, no, I'm not listening to that. Yeah, that's shit.
I hope they don't. That might be why some downloads got really good like hits and some didn't. The ones that said like, I don't know, German
Shit episode.
Yeah, the shit episode. No, the shit episode of the. I used to do It's Not Soccer with Billy.
Yeah.
I actually called one the shit episode, where we talked about shit stories. It was really funny, really good one.
Sure it was.
I might actually tweet it out to people. It was a really funny episode. I love that.
Okay, let's, yeah.
I miss Billy.
Carry on, Ash.
Yeah, he misses Billy, he doesn't miss us.
Yeah.
No, so I was watching a TV programme the other day on ancient aliens. And basically, it was all about, you know how everyone's saying, oh, there's aliens, and all of a sudden the UFO sightings have been going through the roof since sort of the 30s and the 40s, and then a lot in the 50s.
Like since we started recording this stuff.
Yeah.
Not as in since
Yeah,
we
tonight.
started recording, but since records became available on this stuff and the media kind of picked it up because the printing press was around and all of that stuff.
Since the X-Files.
Yeah, but it's looking at some of the other bits and pieces, even going back to, you got conspiracy theorists that are talking about some of the bits in the Bible are actually, it wasn't necessarily God, it was aliens.
Oh yeah. Well, like who created the pyramids?
Things like that. Well, the pyramids
Yeah, I
are
remember
a
that
prime,
in the Bible.
a prime example that isn't in the Bible. It's a prime example of not in the Bible. But they did that in Stargate. They used it. It was their landing zones, wasn't it?
Yeah, but you know how they got those amazingly heavy stones moved? Really
Tractor
big
beams.
whips. Really big whips. Lots of slaves and big fucking whips.
Yeah, and tractor beams.
Yeah.
And a small ship that just sort of hovered and all this kind of stuff. No, but it was going along of things like a good thing now. They're all being, lots of aliens and UFOs and stuff are being spotted around nuclear sites, whether they're nuclear reactors, whether they're the nuclear silos that are all built, sort of the missile silos
Right.
and all of this kind of stuff.
When you say they're being spotted,
They're being reported a lot more by random people.
Right. And also, you're saying they are being spotted, right? When you say they, are you actually saying aliens?
Aliens are being
Or
spotted.
are you
UFOs.
saying
I'm saying UFOs. I'm
Which
saying
could be drones.
UFOs.
Which could be fucking anything. UFOs, unidentified
Exactly, that's
flying
what it
objects.
means. It doesn't mean it's necessarily
Well, no,
extraterrestrial.
because if I look up in the sky and I see something, and I'm like, that must be a UFO because I don't know what the fuck it is. And it is just something that says, oh, by the way, that's just a drone.
the
Oh,
moon.
okay.
I did,
Did you know an awful lot of UFO spottings turn out to be the moon?
yes.
The moon
This
doesn't move,
tells you
though.
the kind of people that report UFOs.
There's this big bright light moving incredibly slowly.
Yeah, it doesn't move that fast, so
Yeah.
you'd just be watching it.
It's got a face, and I think it might be made of cheese.
I just think of Mighty pushing it.
Yeah. There's a red bus parked up there as well.
One day,
That was a teleporter.
Jupiter licked the back of my neck. Anyway, you talk about aliens. Fine.
Yeah, but it's things like the when the dinosaurs went extinct and all that kind of stuff.
That was aliens.
There's conspiracy theories that are saying it. I'm
Or
not
did
saying
the
that I believe
dinosaurs
them.
just report a UFO?
Yeah, they wrote it in the sand with their big talons.
Not T-Rex, because he wouldn't be.
Well,
got little arms.
they found a skeleton of a T-Rex and it had a small UFO inside it.
He'd eaten it.
He accidentally swallowed it. They flew their whole fleet into his mouth.
When we say UFO, it turned out to be a pterodactyl.
Turned out to be a drone.
Well, he wouldn't have known. He wouldn't have known what it was he? But no, things like that. It wasn't actually caused by a meteor necessarily hitting the Earth. It was caused by an alien war that was going on, and they accidentally shot the Earth.
When you say
Shit like
statements
that.
like that, can you say the program I watched suggested, or one of the idiots
The
on
conspiracy
the program
theories,
suggested
conspiracy
that?
theories
Rather than-
are going down
Rather
that.
than suggesting that
going
might
down
be
that route.
something like a statement of facts.
Yeah, and none of this is fact. All of this is
Bullshit.
dodgy conspiracy.
To be fair, I don't think anybody listening to this show right now is expecting to hear fact.
No, this is totally non-factual,
Yeah.
and I'm making some of it up as I go along as well,
Well, that's why I like that.
which is good.
Don't give all your eggs away.
Well, I don't lay eggs. You're weird.
No. Normal humans do. You must be an alien.
Ah, shit! My secret's been
Rumbled.
found out. No, but it's also that some of the other bits of going through the solar system, and all of the planets seem to be fairly well spaced out, apart from between Mars and Jupiter, where you've got the asteroid belt.
That's where the mothership is, yeah?
No, that was where there used to be a planet.
No, they'd have fallen out.
There used to be a planet. There was an alien war, and their weapons were rather powerful. They had their own sort of version of the Death Star, and they blew it up. And all the little bits of the asteroid belt.
Who had a war?
I think we're back on these theories.
Other aliens.
But why did they
Different
shoot?
alien races are actually fighting in the world. I don't quite believe this because
Was it the Quakers?
Yes, that was it, and they had little eyes on their chins.
Right, it was
Metaphor
Six
for
breasts.
So you're saying between Mars and Jupiter there was some kind of alien war?
There could have been a previous planet because that it would work with the way that all the planets actually revolve. It technically would.
Yeah.
That's a fact. And but how did it form? No one knows. Same as the Kuiper Belt out the far end by which Pluto is part of.
Right.
It's a whole load of random debris, sort of like an asteroid. It is an asteroid field. How did it get there, and why is there this band in the middle? It could have been caused by two planets colliding and then being completely obliterated, and all the bits have stayed in things. But just going along an alien theme of alien conspiracy people, either we were technologically advanced, because it was thousands and thousands of years ago.
It was during Star Wars time.
Earth could have been technologically advanced enough. Yeah, it was a galaxy far, far away a long time ago.
Yeah, probably
but
was.
it was
Also
actually our
fiction.
galaxy a long time ago. But it could have been that we got to a level of technology.
Who's we? Us.
Us, as in sort of Earth people, whether we
dinosaurs.
were humans. Yeah, okay, all right, go back to Atlantis.
Does that exist?
We've never found it.
We got it missing, can it?
Well, people have said they have on on the Google Earth and things, but all the stories of it and things of it was around. There was another continent, and they were technologically advanced. It's written in shitloads of different.
It's in the myths of a number of cultures.
Quite a lot, yes.
Aquaman lives there.
Yeah, exactly. But what it
So that must be true.
it must be true. It must be true. He's come up with some of those. But as you say, it's myths of lots and lots of different countries. Cultures, and why did it disappear? It's like the Great Flood. I mean, that's in the Bible,
There's in a number of other folklore
and quite a few of the others.
I have issues with that whole 2x2 thing. With the lions not eating the zebras over the course of the 40 days and that sort of thing.
Yeah, the penguins were a bit buggered.
Yeah, I must admit. And what about the freshwater fish? Did they have massive aquariums?
Yeah, must have done.
And how could you
It's
get
big enough
two
boat.
of every species of animal that all seem to live in the same area?
And why did he bother with wasps? Twat.
He didn't fucking go search around the world, did he? He was living in like a little town, just built a little boat and then grab every
Yeah, have you seen Evan
species.
Almighty?
And it was like, yeah, every single species. It's like someone went, just grab a couple of animals from the zoo, just tell them they're all there.
The real
Yeah, he
lions
forgot
have
the
gone, let's
dinosaurs.
shave a couple of dogs down and pretend they're lions.
It's like, did you go to Africa? Did you get all the animals in Africa? It's like, I thought you meant just gather species from the town. I went to the zoo.
Well, it might well be that all the animals that we have these days were just what was round his village, and there were a shitload more.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but
Couldn't fit all the dinosaurs on.
no, and he completely forgot about the dodo.
Fucking dope.
They went up the ramp. They got halfway. Thought, bugger this! I'm going to get eaten by a lion. Turned around and walked off.
But the dodo, there are specimens of the dodo still in existence. I think the British Natural History Museum has one, so that's a bit shit, really.
Yeah, I know. I was joking. Hoping
Yeah.
they're
What
going
you should-
extinct in
what you
our
should have
time.
said- What you should have said is they forgot the dragons and unicorns.
No,
Or
they're
the
real.
dragon ate the unicorn and then choked on the spike.
Oh, God forbid Ash makes a joke on the podcast.
It was a weak one.
It was. It got ripped apart straight away.
Like most of the animals on the ark would have done.
Yes, yes.
Although, to be fair, apparently in the Bible, the pairs, it was sevens of the clean animals and only twos of the unclean animals. Apparently, is one of the theories.
Right, okay.
Okay.
So there would have been like 7 sheep, but only 2 pigs, because pigs are unclean.
Okay.
It's only if they've been rolling around in shit. If they've been rained on for quite a while, they would
Pig
have had a shower.
Is a filthy animal.
It's tasty.
Damn right.
Fancy
Bacon
bacon
tastes
sandwich.
good. Pork chops taste good.
Hungry now.
Anyway,
Anyway,
there are only 2 sewer rats.
what was you talking about? So-
Aliens.
Right, aliens. Some kind of intergalactic war happened.
Intergalactic war happened, and it causes the environment to change. Like they used nuclear weapons back then. The environment changed. It went into nuclear winter, and we got washed out and all that kind of stuff. And then started again. It's really
to
weird
tell the
crap.
story.
Yeah, just to finish that bit off.
They left one person alive to just pass the message on down the road.
No, we
I've seen
re-evolved.
stronger plots in films with Will Smith.
We re-evolved.
Not Adam
right.
Sandler, to be fair. But
We lost all our technology, went back to the Dark Ages, and started again from scratch.
Right, okay.
I'm playing conspiracy theory. This is what some
You're
people
opening your
saying.
mind. Leaving yourself
I'm
open.
fairly close to it, and it's all pretty much bollocks. But it's quite interesting ways
how
of
does one
ways
define a
of thinking.
conspiracy theory?
Someone comes up saying, "There's a conspiracy."
Yeah, so what conspiracy was there that led us to blow up a load of planets and then wipe
Well,
ourselves out?
What does
Is it
conspiracy
the
mean?
government
It was the
cover-up?
government. It was a
Yeah.
government cover.
Right, yeah,
What does
it's just
conspiracy?
defence.
What does conspiracy mean? What's the actual meaning of the
When
word
people
conspiracy?
conspire together, when people in secret try and manipulate events.
And what does
Or
theory
cover them up.
Theory.
mean?
It's
It's like an idea, isn't it?
Yeah, it's having a concept, but no specific basis for proof of that concept.
So the
No,
conspiracy.
it's theory. Theory's more there. I don't know the actual definition. I'm not going to can't be asked to look it up. But I've always seen it as it's
well, you've
a little
looked
bit,
up enough.
I've always, yeah. But I've always seen it as a little bit more of theory is something that has a potential grounding, and it's a way of looking at something which isn't necessarily proved or isn't proved, but you have a way of looking at it that you can sort of semi-explain it. So therefore, it is just a theory.
It's an attempt at explanation.
A theoretical model. It might work,
Yeah.
but we won't know until we try it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
what the fuck's
it's an
that got-
idea.
So what's that got to do about a fucking planet that didn't exist?
Or aliens.
And they're aliens.
Well, the theory is
But it's
that
not really a conspiracy theory because no one's really.
Don't let him finish his sentence by any means, will you?
no.
No.
And
I don't-
drop the fucking conspiracy word.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes it easy then.
Yeah.
All right then.
Definitely, there's no conspiracy here.
So Ash,
It's theories.
Ash has a theory.
It's not my theory. It is just theories that
adopted
I've
it.
seen that I thought we could have a discussion on. That has turned into my theories. which-
Making you sound like an absolute mental.
yeah, that's fine. I'm nuts. I'm not saying I believe my own theories then. In
Trouble
fact,
is,
I
this
don't. Look, I'm making them up. That's why they're a conspiracy. It's a one-man conspiracy.
The worst
Me
bit is
making
this is
them up.
almost a word-for-word replica of his last job interview.
Yeah.
So at the end of it, it was like
They thought I was too senior.
that's
So
why
they wouldn't employ me. I came up
Well,
with
they-
too many theories.
You misheard. They said senile.
and that's why he will never get a job.
Yeah, they said I had a senior moment.
Yeah. And that's why he's not in the fire service.
Could be a politician. Right, okay, we're going to end it there then. Before you, I don't know, just talk more. Thanks for listening to the Not Listening podcast. I've been Adam. Make sure you give us a tweet at Parker Podcast at Not Listening Pod, and just tell people about this show.
No, not this show.
No, definitely not this one.
Ash, have you had fun? Oh, right, yeah.
Sort of.
Will?
It's been educational.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
I should be a teacher.
I love it.
Yes. Because
Right.
why bother with evolution? It was aliens. They just created the lot.
Why bother with fact? Fiction's more fun.
Yeah, they always nick the bog roll. They always take one sock. All that kind of stuff.
That was actually Terry Pratchett had a theory that there was an anthropomorphic personification created called the Eater of Socks, who would just eat the individual ones from a pair.
Yeah,
I've
and then-
beaten it because I just buy a dozen pairs of identical socks at any one time. Bin the lot
Yeah.
when they're done.
Well, and then there was rumour in Red Dwarf that always believed it was aliens, and they were trying to communicate when they broke the person's leg because it hurts like hell. They broke it below the knee, so it was low, so it was hello.
They did it twice.
They did it twice, so that was two, and then
Jigsaw
they
must mean
fixed
you,
a big
yeah.
jigsaw puzzle, so that must have meant you. On
Should
that
we
note,
stop?
hey.
So that everyone.
We should have stopped about 30 seconds ago.
Bye.